Hello, Titi. I am your tutor and welcome to my tutorial. On today's tutorial, we'll be talking about referencing. What is referencing? Referencing is the citing of the source that has been used in an assignment. By doing so, you're acknowledging the source. The acknowledging of the source in the sense that you have used the source's ideas, theories, and illustration. What we mean by that is that when you take a picture from it being from the internet, from the website, you have to acknowledge that you have taken it from this website. You have to acknowledge that you have taken this picture from this photographer and so forth. So in HLE, the module, we use the Harvard referencing, which I'll show you how the sequence of Harvard referencing as you go on in this tutorial. So why referencing? Referencing, you are basically acknowledging the work of others in assignment, and it also gives you academic credibility. Also allows you to back up your argument with works that has been published before, by other authors. And if you don't reference correctly, you may commit plagiarism. In my next tutorial, I'll be talking about plagiarism, so you understand when I say you commit plagiarism and it's seen as a misconduct and carries penalties. What do I mean by that? By correctly referencing, you will protect yourself against accusation of plagiarism, demonstrate that you have read widely about the topic at hand, show your understanding of the topic, and support your arguments with published material. When you reference, what do you take note of? You take note of the author, the title, the date, the publisher's details, the chapter's details, and the page numbers if relevant. In terms of journals, where you have to specify the page number in text and end list. If it's online, note the web address and the date and the time in which you access that document or web page. So what is the difference between referencing and bibliography? These two often get confused because people tend to think they are similar, but they're not. Referencing is the list of all the sources that you have cited in your work. So basically, these are the sources that appear in your essay, that appear in your assignment, that you include them in the end list referencing. But a bibliography, on the other hand, is the list of all the sources that you used in your work, even those you didn't cite. You might have read something somewhere, but you didn't cite any of this or any of the theories or ideas or the statements in that article, but you included in the bibliography because you used it. You've read it. You've read the article. Though you didn't use it, you didn't cite it, but you did read it and you did use it in your work. So in-text referencing, this is the first style of referencing in Harvard. It is the acknowledgement of sources in your work. This is the quotes, ideas, and theories. Basically, you're acknowledging the sources within the work in texting. You are saying you got this paragraph, this sentence from this author. So in in-text referencing, you include the author, the year, and the page numbers. Like the example below, where we have used Mozart, who is the author. 1990, this is the year, and 326 is the page number. So this is the sequence, but it differs based on how you write your text. In terms of according to Mozart, you are going to put the 1990 and 326 in brackets, because now you're saying according to, you are giving his direct theory, his direct quote. Moving on to the end list referencing. At the end of your work, you include the list of references. This is the list of people you have cited in your work. As I've said before, when I was comparing referencing and bibliography, the end list reference, it's always in alphabetical order by author, because we always start with the author. So based on the authors, you always put them alphabetically. I mean, the end list reference includes the author or authors. Authors meaning they're books where there are more than one person who's written this book. So you include the author, the year which the book was published, the title of the book, and the publisher of the book. If you notice, I keep saying repeating book. This is the sequence of referencing in terms of book. So the author, the year, the title, and the publisher. The title of the book and the publisher, the company which published that book, to be specific. So there are different ways to access information, and there are different references that we use. You can use a book, you can use an ebook, you can use a journal, you can use an e-journal, or you can use a website. So let me show you how to reference those, starting with an ebook. An ebook, you write the authors, the title, the year of publication, the title of that book, the publisher where it was published, the website, because it's an ebook, it's an electronic book. So that means it's on the website, it's on the internet. So you need to include the website which you got the ebook. The access information is the date in which you accessed the ebook, or the ebook, actually, yes, the ebook. So in terms of journal article, how do you reference a journal article? You write the author or authors, the year in which the journal article was published, the title of the article. So you look at specifically the title of that article that you have used, the journal title, the title of the journal, also the journal information. In terms of journal information, what do I mean? I mean the volume in which volume was it, the page numbers. You always include page numbers in the end list of a journal article. So an e-journal is an electronic journal. So you also include the author, the year, the article title, the journal title, the journal information, and the access information, as well as the website. You actually include the website before the access information, because this is an electronic and it's from the website. So what do? You need to give credit where it's due, saying you need to give proper direction in your reference list that I used this and I got it from the internet. In terms of a web page, an author, I've had conversation with my tutees that website don't have authors. They actually do have authors if you look at it, but in terms of website, you can also, if it's something by the Department of Social Development, that is the author. So you write the Department of Social Development as the author, the year which the article or the web page, that document in the web page where it was published, the year which it was published, the title of the page, the website title, the website itself, the whole string, http www. that you included, and the access information, the day you accessed that web page to get that information. So now I think we have completed the tutorial, but there's an activity that I'd like us to do based on referencing. So let's get started on the activity. It's basically, in this referencing activity, it's a multiple choice question. So I've given you references that you have to select whether, number one, this reference, whether it is A, a web page, B, a book, C, an ebook. So we're going to look at all these references. So let's go to number one. Referencing is the Department of Children, Schools and Families, 2009. Background to Every Child Matters. Every Child Matters online, available at the website. Access date So which one is it? Is it a web page? Is it a book? Is it an ebook? You answer that. Number 2, it's Naidu J and Williams J, 2001, Health Studies, an Introduction. Yeah. So you say, is it number A? Is it number B? Is it number C? Moving on to number 3. It is Pollard K, 2009, Student Engagement in Interprofessional Working in Practice Placement Settings, Journal of Clinical Nursing, 1820 P28259, online, the website, access date. So is it an e-journal, an e-book, or a web page? Number 4, I think you can read for yourself. So you select, is it an e-journal, an e-book, or a journal article? Number 5, you select, is it a book, is it a journal article, is it an e-journal? And that will be all from the activity. So that we've come to an end of our tutorial. Happy studying. Thank you.